All right, we rolling.
Bing boom, we rolling. Welcome to the Encore. This is Upgrade America Lite. On this segment of the podcast, we do our best to give you more lighter stories and current events. So, Cameron Ross, Sunshine Sunday, I'm the one here with CJ the Dayslit.
We back.
Back at it. So what we talking about today, brother?
Presidential fitness test back in schools, which is a good thing.
Yes, sir.
We're going to talk about digital health records, what that means for you. We're going to talk about the insider trading law or bill that they're passing through Congress for elected officials not to be able to trade.
Nice.
They're also, what else we're also digging into? Hulk Hogan. We're going to talk a little bit about that, not too much. We're going to talk about the X-Files reboot, I think by Ryan Coogler, from what I understand. And we're going to talk about some crypto policy.
Nice.
So let's get into it.
So, tell me about your memories of the presidential fitness exam.
Whew, that's so long ago. When did they stop doing it? What, high school for us?
I remember taking it my freshman, maybe sophomore year.
Yeah, I think it stopped. I think they said 2003.
I'm gonna show my age. I didn't block that. Let me just send a text.
All right. But I think allegedly it stopped in 2003, I think. Or 2014, something like that. I can't remember. We need to do a little light research on that.
Well, my fondest memory was I was still in my 140 pound phase.
Yeah, me too.
So I was like beasting the 1 mile run. I remember that was something I used to take off on. I did fairly decent on my my pull-ups, and then push-ups I was a little struggling with.
I'm gonna find out when it stopped real quick. Be advised, upgraders, these podcasts for information and entertainment purposes. Make sure you do your own research. We're like our own think tank. We do it on the spot. Sometimes we go into conspiracy land, wherever it takes us. So just throwing that out there.
But again, on this subject of it, like, I thought it was a good thing. Mm-hmm. It helped me. I competed with my peers. Yeah. And it kind of set some standards to strive towards. What do you think?
So it started in the late 1950s, and it ended in 2013. So I didn't know it lasted that long.
Wow, yeah, I didn't know that either.
Yeah, I remember how fun it was, and you got the flex, like, oh, I did this. You had to go up that rope. I think you had to go up that rope. Was that a part of it?
I don't think so. I think it was
push-ups, sit-ups, and then you had your flexibility.
My understanding, there was the option of doing push-ups or pull-ups, and then sit-ups, and then your mile run, and then something else maybe.
Yeah, it's been a minute, but I remember it fondly.
I'm curious. So 2013 was that Obama's time?
Yeah.
Curious, why did he get rid of it?
And it's interesting because the First Lady had a whole fitness and nutrition movement.
Yeah.
Get out and move 60 minutes.
She was an advocate for Pokemon Go because the guy could move.
Not only that, about nutrition, like eating good food and all that stuff. So yeah, I'm kind of curious why that stopped in 2013.
Now I'm curious on the levels of obesity prior and after. I don't want to do the research right now.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure there's some correlation.
Well, not only that, you got to think the rise of junk food from the 50s to now. We've been talking about all the different chemicals and everything in our food, so I can only imagine. We've been eating GMOs for since probably the 70s, if I had to give a good guess. 70s, true. 80s.
But so overall, I think it's great that they're bringing it back.
Absolutely.
The drawback is who's a registered sex offender that Trump brought out to.
Oh yeah, they have a whole bunch of representatives, like different athletes from different sports, to be like the face of pushing this movement.
Yeah, out of all the folks that you could bring out, probably this thing is designed for kids.
Yeah.
For the youth. You probably don't want a sex offender who has a sex charge. What is his name? Lawrence Taylor. A registered sex offender who pleaded guilty to sexual misconduct involving a trafficked 16-year-old girl. Smells like Epstein.
Well, that's probably why he cool with it. I mean...
Well, no, I think it's like, again, for PR, for public relations, like, not him. Not someone who has a record like that, particularly as this program is being catered towards minors.
You could have picked somebody else, and not only that, we living in the wild, wild west, bro.
How so? I mean, I know, but more specifically.
Just... You're looking at the erosion of morals, and like it's really like on a grander scale, I feel like, with this administration. And this was something we were raising eyebrows.
They're so Christian and evangelical.
Yeah, and it's like y'all are so hypocrites. Y'all are so far from it. Like you're getting your name redacted because you was chilling with a pedophile, but you said you're not one. But we've seen videos of you talking about your daughter in sexual ways,
it's like,
which is really
weird.
Is,
with Trump he don't want other people to talk about it, but when he talks about it, he just makes himself look bad.
Yeah.
Like he gonna say what? Yeah, I was mad at Jeffrey because he kept stealing girls from my spot. Like, bro, you just told the world that you got young chicks working at your spot. Like, you're not making yourself look any better with it.
And it's just like, oh yeah. And he just glosses right past it, and all his supporters like, oh.
And these folks will try to battle me online and like, oh, just read Trump's 7th autobiography and you'll see that he's innocent. I'm like, bro, like, I'm going off of the countless video evidence. And anyways, we're not even talking about Epstein. Yeah. All roads lead to Epstein.
Yeah, pretty much.
But like, I'm all for the presidential fitness program. Bring it back.
Yes.
Do you think they should include any CrossFit or like?
Nah, start with the basics. I would say get the kids used to it again.
Okay.
And then you can start incorporating year by year, like tweak it, see what.
Because bro, when I saw the video of them kids in the 60s on their JFKs, they're ripped. They're ripped, man.
Yeah, you got to think these generations, tablets and phones.
But I think again, when you're talking about from a healthcare perspective,
yeah,
it's gonna ultimately save money on healthcare.
Absolutely.
When you're not paying for all these sick, obese, flabby mother lovers.
And that parlays right into and segues into digital health records. And you brought this up. And what were your concerns about this? You said something about Trump switching to digital health records or something to that nature.
Do you recall in the time of the blip? That is the pandemic. One of my concerns was the digital ID, the vaccine passport, where it's like you would have all of your mental health records just online. Anyone can pull it up. Oh, you need to go into Walmart. Let me make sure that you have X, Y, and Z shots. And
Gotcha.
We're leaning towards that with this digitization of but the health records. You mentioned the VA already does it, and bravo on them. For the most part, I like to say those records are retained in-house, if not on some AWS.
They gave you the option. I don't know if you remember, but they always constantly updating.
Okay.
They gave you the option whether you could share, say, with community care or civilian doctors, your VA stuff, or you want to keep it separate.
Man, I went to the VA clinic, right?
Yeah.
Which is a spin-off of the VA. Just to paraphrase, or analogy-wise. And the VA can't even see my VA clinic health records. That's how compartmentalized they are. But the thing is, with the idea that Trump is proposing, it gets Apple involved, Google involved, OpenAI involved.
Yeah.
Who else? And by the way,
you said Microsoft.
Microsoft AI. Thing is, America, subsidiary of Israel, signed an agreement with Israel to share our AI data with them. So anything that goes into there, it gets fed to them. And so I'm not particularly fond of this digitized health records. And again, I preach about this notion of the mark of the beast. It's that mark where it says you can't buy or sell without this this mark that says it's either going to be on your forehead or your right hand. And it's like, I see that as some sort of biometric. We talked about how there was the idea they weren't going to let people shop at Walmart or grocery stores who didn't have proof of the jab. You know what I'm saying? This is the way you could roll that out. You could be like, oh, word, you didn't have this, you can't buy or sell. I don't know. But I don't like it.
I do know during the blip, HIPAA was definitely teetering on almost being non-existent, because what you saw in workplaces was
value papers.
Yeah, they were like, "Have you been vaccinated?" Like, yo, that's mad personal. Like, why should it matter? Man, like the people that need to know would know. Like HR, that's the only people that would really need to know.
Yeah.
So that was horrible. Like I remember fighting with people, and meanwhile, they're getting jabbed and they're all out sick. Meanwhile, I didn't get jabbed and I'm still at work. So I'm looking at them like, who's the knucklehead now?
I was fortunate to be suspended from the job during the mandate. And I did not take that thing.
Me neither.
As long as possible. Avoided all
I got
the
lucky.
pressure.
I got lucky. I got 2 positions during that time where I didn't have to take it. I got really lucky.
Florida they on that liberty, it's like, Florida's on that liberty where it's like kids can have vaccine exemption. But I'm hearing a lot of states where that's not so. And even the CDCs are pushing out recommendations where kids as young as 2 years old should be getting this mRNA jab. Not to deviate too far from the subject, but I heard Japan had hard body issues with that over in their nation. It's like they're saying it's not a good thing.
Yeah.
Again, entertainment purposes only.
Yes. So do your research. Do what's best for you and your family as far as your health goes. And upgraders, like we've been telling y'all, go more analog. Like that's your only protection nowadays. Get off the net as much as you can. Like just try to be more analog. I'm definitely trying to figure out a way to do both, because you got to be in the digital world, but be as analog as you can.
For real though.
We were talking about the insider training. Me and you've been going back and forth about this. So Congress been listening to the Upgrade America podcast, and they decided to pass a little bill through to see if it's gonna pass.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I don't think it made it the whole way through.
Nah, it made it halfway through.
Thing is, like, yeah, I kind of like it, but then it's like, what? I like it. I do like it because it's something that needs to be addressed, particularly Nancy Pelosi and her monstrous portfolio. But it's like, objectively, I am curious to what can of corruption it will open next. Because if you stop Congress from leveraging their position to playing the markets, they make boatloads of cash. I believe they said Nancy Pelosi's portfolio was up like 70%, making her one of the best investors in like history.
Isn't her husband an investor?
I don't know much on him, but her portfolio personally is doing quite well. But what I'm trying to say is, like, how will they leverage their position to acquire wealth?
And that's the fundamental issue you and I have been debating. You're not in those positions to get wealthy. You're in that to serve your constituents. Now, the reality of it is those people are in there for power, legacy, and money.
Yeah.
That's the reality of current politics. But it wasn't set up that way. And Dwight Eisenhower warned of this. Military-industrial complex, and he warned about all this. Even the forefathers, slave owners and all that, they did warn that this was going to happen.
Thing is, I foresee is like the term limits. It wouldn't be an end-all, be-all. But it would be like, all right, cool, you're milking the system, you're only going to do it for 8 years. And then get out. Like,
I could see this. Republicans got a unique opportunity. I don't know who presented the bill. Was it a Republican or a Democrat?
I'm not sure if it was
Yeah, look it up real quick. I'm curious who presented it.
Her sexy butt.
Who? Paulina, the Paulina chick?
Yeah, she's Florida.
Oh, okay.
I thought it was her.
If it's Republicans, it's a good look. It's a good power play because we know they still all about their money, but it would be a good power play on their behalf, image-wise. If it's Democrats, that's interesting.
I would be surprised if it was a Democrat.
Yeah, because people act like they don't love money too. We just talked about Pelosi. She's a Democrat.
So it is Timothy E. Worth.
Okay, was he Republican or Democrat?
I think he's a Democrat from Colorado.
Okay.
And Senator Alfonso de Amarto.
Okay. Is he Republican or Democrat as well?
He's a Republican.
Okay, so they came together with that. Okay, that's bipartisanship. What we need to see more of.
Yeah, no doubt.
My thing is, you and I have been debating back and forth. We got to get money out of politics. We really do. This is a step in the right direction if we're looking at it from that lens. For me.
Yes, but the game will always evolve.
Oh yeah.
You get big money out of politics, and you can't do super PACs or whatever, which I'm surprised are legal. Like, yeah, they throw endless money at whatever. But they're going to find other ways around. The game's just going to evolve. But I mean, maybe that just means the political system has to keep evolving. It's like, oh, we said no more super PACs. Now you're doing like group fuck PACs.
Yeah.
Well, no more group fuck PACs. And then
that's why I'm strongly for just getting all the money out of politics.
And again, remember, to do so, it's by laws.
Yeah.
You can circumvent those laws with loopholes. That's what I'm saying. The game is going to evolve. They're like, this is the law, this is the loophole. And then, so the laws are going to have to continuously evolve.
So
I don't think they have been doing that.
Fair. That's just like the Constitution. All that got loopholes, really, if you think about it. It's very set up very vaguely. I would say get all the money out of politics, and while you're drafting that, make sure you include close as many loopholes as possible. I'm not saying you can't find one, but make it ironclad enough to where they got to really work to go around that.
I dig what you're saying. It's like it has to be verbiage that covers all grounds to where billionaires can't manipulate.
Absolutely.
How do you say political campaigns and whatnot?
Because we're seeing what we've been talking about when Trump's administration, the whole crew came in. All of them like rich. Like it's really no me and you in there at all. Like no average.
But there's no incentive for them to do anything but to enrich themselves.
Exactly.
And that's what I find so ridiculous about the base, the MAGTards. It's like they will cut off their own leg just to rob the poor. And how you say, when I say rob the poor, take away benefits from the poor, so that money can go to the wealthy. Like I am forever baffled by that.
Well, that's like immigrants voting to get deported.
They're just
like,
retarded. You got what you,
I'm just saying, like it's the same thing. It's like both of you groups need to wake up. If it comes down to class, we know it's a race factor. It comes down to class. Wealthy white people don't like poor white people, period.
That's hardly talked about, but I agree.
It's not. And wealthy immigrants don't like poor immigrants. And wealthy whites don't like rich immigrants. They tolerate them. You know what I'm saying? Like it's levels to this thing. So it's like, are y'all really looking at the big picture? Like you're not voting in your best interest. You're not being loud about your best interest for your survival.
See, the only pushback though.
Okay, go ahead.
Is that the Democratic Party has become so ridiculous.
Absolutely.
You had that in I don't know the bachelor community, but you had a lot of catering to that. You had the ridiculous Black Lives Matter.
Yes.
You had like senators with purple hair. You had dudes trying to be girls. You had the values they were standing on were just silly. It's almost no sensible person would vote to continue that. No sensible person would vote to continue that. So while I didn't vote, mind you, because it's like the Democrats are just ridiculous, and then at the same time I knew and know what the GOP is capable of.
Absolutely. They're doing what they're capable of doing.
And it's like, it almost seems sensible that Trump was the more sensible candidate to vote for when you see what Kamala was standing on. Again, I was not, the whole open border thing under Biden was pissing me off. 11 million people coming in, not all of them drawing Social Security, but some. And then just the whole, oh yeah, we're gonna neuter. I have a personal story with that where a stepdaughter almost wanted to do the whole transgender thing, but with the hormones and the
hormone replacement,
the irreversible stuff, and I had to talk her out of that. But I think it was an agenda that was being pushed on the kids. Yeah. And I was not particularly fond of that. And highlighting LGBT civil rights over the current continuous struggle of Black Americans. I think that was taking precedent. I was like, no way you're getting my power.
Yeah. But, and we're proponents of live how you live, but policy should be for the good of all Americans.
No doubt.
And we've been fighting about, like Cam, remember, you was like, man, they don't make policies for groups. Yes, they do. And then as we've been going along this journey, we've been seeing it.
More and more.
And we've been getting left out as Black Americans. Like, oh, so y'all can do this stuff. Y'all just choose not to do it for us. So, but anyway.
Real quick though.
Go ahead.
I'm not going to mention one.
Yeah, for sure.
What Black Lives Matter should have been, I don't like to use that term, but the next organization that rises up, fuck that marching shit. Make a lobby, get money, get to Washington, and get shit done.
Facts. I'm with that, because that other stuff is cute, but it doesn't work long.
It really doesn't, because I think that's what everyone else is doing is lobbying. From tobacco to everybody else to certain ethnicities, they're lobbying.
Yeah.
We need that.
Hulk Hogan, thoughts?
Fuck him.
I will say this. I was very disappointed to know that he had a racist heart. Was I surprised? Not really. But he was a fun character in wrestling, WWF, WWE. I remember, but my favorites were Shawn Michaels, The Rock.
I like the Ultimate Warrior.
Yeah, he was cool.
Macho Man Randy Savage.
I liked Bret Hart, Owen Hart. So those are my guys.
I had a Hulk Hogan action figure.
Yeah.
To some extent, he was somewhat.
He was a cult figure, man. He was
more than a cult figure for me. I came up with in wrestling in the '80s.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Hulk Hogan's prime. And it was like, to some extent, he was a hero to me. And I held him in that regard until I missed that whole when he initially made those statements. I didn't know until Trump brought him out for his speaker during
during the campaign, right?
Yeah. And it was Brian Somethingstein. It was like a German last name, but he mentioned that he's like, he called Hulk Hogan racist. He's like, I'm not saying it in my words. I played in Hulk Hogan's own words. I listened to the soundbite. I'm like, bruh, this is him. Like, how are you so sloppy? How would you, I get, that's in your heart, but you so sloppy and casual to say it like that, and I lost all respect for the man. Yeah. And everyone's talking about, oh yeah, kiss his ass because he's dead. Like, nah, you racist in life, that's how we gonna remember you. And
so the jokes were flying the day he died from Black folks.
It's Hulk Hogan Day today in Florida. And I think, fuck.
And they were saying allegedly when he came out with that rant, going on that racial tirade, it was the day he died. It was like 10 years ago or something. So he literally died on the day that he did that racist tirade. Yeah, it was an anniversary. So
yeah.
I'm just saying. what you put out, you get back. I'm just saying, I leave it right there. But
I'm gonna leave it right there too. No?
Yeah.
I mean, again, that was hurtful.
Yeah, man, that sucked.
To some extent, I looked up to that man.
Yeah,
and
he was a
like,
cool character, man.
The hearing that and just like Hulk Hogan was like what was that guy's name? He does John Cena.
Yeah.
Hulk Hogan was like the John Cena of my
pretty
generation.
much.
You know, he was supposed to be like the good guy among the wrestlers and all that. And I'm just like, well, that's what's in your heart, bro. Like,
shout out to John Cena. He signed my card when I was in launch stool when I was sick. Launch stool.
That's what's up, man. Like,
I still got that joint.
I saw Chuck Liddell. He's not wrestling, but he was MMA. But he was on the USO tour.
No, that's what's up.
Speaking of John Cena, he made his girlfriend sign like this 70-page
I saw that. That's
and I'm
wild.
like, smart, bro. Smart. I feel you.
I think my girl sent that was like, hell no. And I was like, hey, that's how that man lived. That's different.
Nah, I mean, I think that's how I'm gonna move moving forward.
Man, you only need one page. You don't need all that.
Well, it's gonna be a phone book. Sign on the dotted line.
So we were talking about X-Files reboot. Now, you said Ryan Coogler is doing that?
Yeah,
reboot?
Ryan Coogler is gonna.
And who's starring in it? I saw an image. I don't know if they are really starring in it, but I saw.
Or if that's just what they're.
That somebody AI'd it real quick.
Okay, so bing boom. Ryan Coogler is set to direct the X-Files reboot, the X-Files 2026. Him, the visionary director, Ryan Coogler is highly anticipated. Reboot iconic sci-fi thriller, blah blah blah. Show more. Okay, here it is. So. This new iteration follows a pair of determined investigators portrayed by Lakeith Stanfield, Zendaya, as that's just her name, Zendaya?
Yeah, that's what she goes by, one name.
Okay, cool. And they delve into the mysterious, unexplained case that defined the X-Files. Man, I don't even want to hear none of the DEI crap. Just rock with it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? White folks ain't bring it back, so just be glad it was an excellent franchise.
Yeah, it was. Absolutely.
It had some dry spells, but at the same time, I hope they put a little more action into this.
The movies were good too. I think they made two. Did they make 2 movies or 1 movie?
At least 1.
I think,
maybe 2.
Yeah, I think I've seen it. It's been so long. So yeah, shout out to Ryan Coogler making moves. He did the Ironheart on Disney Plus. It was a cool little show. What I liked about that show, real quick, they didn't play up the ethnicity. They just kept it.
White people did.
No, they kept it.
No, I'm talking about online.
They just kept it a human story. Like,
I dig. And
they kept it very neutral, which I like, because they had everybody represented in there. They had LGBT, you had white, you had Latino, you had everybody represented in there.
But isn't that what a film should be? It should be a microcosm.
It should be, unless it's like a timepiece for something very particular. But other than that, it should be like that.
I was looking at one of these old school, how do you say, Harrison Ford movies, Clear Present Danger.
Yeah.
And while they did have the Latino aspect to it, for the most part, it was like, yeah, they had man, his name escapes me. Darth Vader played
James Earl Jones.
James Earl Jones. He had a part in there. They had another black guy in there, but for the most part, it was very white. And I'm like, they had characters that could have had ethnicity in there, but I'm just saying is that Hollywood needs to have, a microcosm of the world. But
in our country is everybody. All 180 countries are represented in our country. So get over it. But anyway, go ahead.
One more thing, I don't want to rant too much, but there was actually laws in Hollywood that said how black people had to be portrayed. And they stuck to it for a very long time. I dare say that LL Cool J was the first black person who did not get killed in a horror film.
Yeah.
And Into Deep?
Deep Blue Sea.
Deep Blue Sea.
Yeah.
And it was like, at the same time, we weren't supposed to have depth. Our characters weren't supposed to have depth. We weren't supposed to be intelligent. It was very strict guidelines.
Magical servants, criminals, pimps, prostitutes, buffoons, all that kind of stuff.
And just as hip hop has set rap hip hop culture has dictated how people see us overseas, so does Hollywood. and I'm glad to see that changing.
Yeah, and are we going in there? Or you gonna do your crypto thing real quick?
Man, buy Bitcoin. We'll leave it at that. All these other things are like speculatory, and I don't hear that diversity shit. You listen to me like a year ago.
I said do everything.
You'd be up,
but
you would be up like you would be up.
I would say this: football season is right around the corner. I've been playing college football 26. Been having fun. It's really cool. That's all I got. Upgraders. Is that where we at?
So no, you'd be up 85% on your investment if you would have bought Bitcoin a year ago.
You know, I'll make it happen.
You know, but again, the White House is getting involved with cryptocurrencies. They did investigations, analyses on a whole bunch of other ones, but I ain't gonna waste the time. Bitcoin is king.
All right.
And I did drop a children's book called Bit by Bit, Bitcoin ABCs.
Okay.
Check that out, and it's a way to get your kids an early head start on the comprehension of the greatest asset in the world. It's Bitcoin.
Okay.
So check that out, folks. Amazon Kindle. Peace.
Hey, peace.